Hey guys, it's Lord of the Pogs. I've experimented with a lot of different styles. I've had short hair, long hair, an undercut, glasses, no glasses, black hair, brown hair. My hair is naturally brown, but I like to keep it black, and I actually do have a gray streak here. I tried to keep it gray, but it didn't quite turn out that way, and now I'm sporting a bandana. Ever-changing styles just keep things interesting. If you know anything about me, you know that I love horror movies. I've said that a lot, and it's still true. I believe that there is truth in everything, so today we're going to take a look at some positive life lessons that can be extrapolated from horror movies, and we're going to start with 1987's Hellraiser. Hellraiser started as a book titled The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. The story is about a hedonist criminal who acquires a mystical puzzle box which can be used to summon demonic beings called Cenobites who do not distinguish between pain and pleasure. When Kirsty Singer found the box and opened it accidentally, the following ensued. Now, this is an important distinction to make. In the novel, she's Kirsty Singer, a friend of Frank's brother Rory. In the film, she's Kirsty Cotton, Frank's niece, and the daughter of Frank's brother renamed Larry. I don't really like when they make such changes from book to film, but I feel a little bit differently in this case, because the film was directed by the author of the book.
You solved the box. We came. Now you must come with us. Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
Wait!
No time for argument.
Don't break God! He escaped you!
Nobody escapes us.
I can lead you to him!
What makes Pinhead identified in the credits as lead Cenobite and in the novel as Hellpriest different from other villains is he's willing to have a conversation. He listens to Kirsty, answers her questions, addresses her concerns, and explains himself. This actually sets an excellent example, not just for how to be, but for the expectations to have for others. We all have rules we need to follow. We all need to do what we need to do, but be willing to have a conversation about it. Saw revolves around the jigsaw killer who tests people's will to live by putting them through deadly games where they must inflict great physical pain upon themselves to survive. As the franchise continues with Saw 2 through the upcoming Saw 11, it's revealed that Jigsaw's motive is rehabilitation through physical pain. This motif is first seen when we're introduced to Amanda, not necessarily the first Jigsaw survivor, but the first one we're introduced to in the franchise. In her police interrogation, Detective David Tabb asks her,
"You are, in fact, a drug addict. Do you think that is why he picked you?"
He helped me.
I addressed Jigsaw in my video 5 movies where the antagonist is really the protagonist. We've all heard the cliche, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and while Jigsaw takes that to unprecedented levels, that's what it boils down to. Jigsaw's philosophy is you never really appreciate life until you're faced with death. So the lesson here is never take your life for granted. The exorcism of Emily Rose follows a defense counsel as she represents a parish priest on trial for negligent homicide after he performed an exorcism. It's loosely based on the book The Exorcism of Anneliese Michel by Felicitas Goodman, a German woman who underwent 67 exorcisms before dying of malnutrition. She was diagnosed with epileptic psychosis and had a history of psychiatric treatment which was ineffective. The German film Requiem follows this psychiatric treatment before an exorcism is sought and sticks somewhat closer to the true story, whereas the exorcism of Emily Rose takes place after Emily has died. When defense counsel Aaron Bruner meets with Father Richard Moore in his jail cell, they have the following interaction. Demons exist, whether you believe in them or not. It might not be a literal, physical creature like a gremlin, not something that you can see scurry across the floor. But they're very real, and we all have them. Speaking of demons, the next movie I want to talk about is Wishmaster. Wishmaster is about a jinn, an evil genie who seeks to inhabit and enslave the world. The scene that always comes to mind first when I think of Wishmaster is where someone says he wishes he could escape his routine life, so the jinn puts him in a Chinese water torture cell so he can escape. Wishmaster is a classic cautionary tale. Be careful what you wish for, but go beyond the wish. Think about the circumstances surrounding the wish and the consequences of your wish coming to fruition. Nick Merritt wishes for $1 million, which he received when his mother takes out a life insurance policy and dies in a plane crash. The other lesson here is be careful of coercion. The doorman, who found himself in a Chinese water torture cell, was coerced by the jinn into wishing for escape. The Milgram experiment, a social psychology experiment conducted in the 1960s, found that people are willing to obey authority figures who instruct them to perform acts that conflict with their personal conscience. But that's a rabbit hole we're not going to go down right now. Maybe another time. The Omen 3 is the final installment in the Omen trilogy, which began in 1976 with The Omen. There is a fourth movie, but it was made for TV and currently holds only 17% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I really think The Omen works better as a trilogy. The Omen centers on Damien Thorne, a child born of Satan and given to Robert and Catherine Thorne as a child. It is revealed that Damien is, in fact, meant to be the Antichrist. In The Omen 2, Damien is in military school and beginning to recognize his destiny as the Antichrist, and in The Omen 3, Damien is an international businessman preparing to take over the world. There's not really a whole lot of positive life lessons that can be extrapolated from The Omen 3, but I really think the final battle is one of the greatest endings in cinematic history because of its powerful build-up and its quick finish. If I'm being perfectly honest, I found it really, really disappointing. I wanted to see a great battle, but in the context, it was the perfect ending.
Nazarene, you have won nothing.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. Tell me what you thought of my list, and I want to hear what other kinds of movies came to mind as you were watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell down in the corner to turn on notifications for more videos like this one.